World War I is often remembered for its trenches and the devastation it caused. Many believe the war started because of the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. However, the causes are far more complex. The war resulted from political alliances, militarism, nationalism, colonial rivalries, and economic competition. These factors had been brewing for years. People often overlook these deeper causes. Understanding these helps us see how a single event can trigger a larger conflict. This essay will explore these less obvious reasons behind World War I. It will show how various factors combined to create a perfect storm. The story of World War I is not just about one assassination. It is about a series of interconnected events and decisions. One of the main reasons World War I happened was the complex system of political alliances. These alliances were meant to create a balance of power in Europe. However, they ended up creating a situation where a conflict between two countries could escalate into a global war. The major alliances were the Triple Entente and the Triple Alliance. The Triple Entente included France, Russia, and the United Kingdom. The Triple Alliance consisted of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy. These alliances created a sense of security among the nations. They believed that their allies would back them in any conflict. This belief made countries more willing to take risks. When Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, it set off a chain reaction. Russia mobilized to support Serbia, which led Germany to declare war on Russia. France and the United Kingdom were then drawn in to support their allies. What started as a regional conflict quickly escalated into a world war. Instead of preventing conflict, the alliances made it more likely. They tied the fates of individual countries together in a dangerous way. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand is often seen as the immediate cause of World War I. On June 28, 1914, Gavrilo Princip, a Bosnian Serb nationalist, shot the Archduke and his wife in Sarajevo. This event is sometimes referred to as the spark that lit the powder keg of Europe. However, it was not the sole cause of the war. It was a catalyst that triggered the existing tensions and rivalries among the major powers. Austria-Hungary saw the assassination as an opportunity to punish Serbia. It issued an ultimatum with demands that were almost impossible to meet. Serbia's response was seen as insufficient, and Austria-Hungary declared war. This declaration set off a chain reaction among the alliances. Within weeks, all the major powers of Europe were at war. The assassination highlighted the role of nationalism in the conflict. Gavrilo Princip was part of a nationalist movement seeking independence for Slavs from the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Militarism and the arms race, the march toward war. Militarism played a crucial role in the lead-up to World War I. In the years before the war, European nations were engaged in an arms race. They built up their military forces and stockpiled weapons. This buildup created a climate of fear and suspicion. Countries felt that they needed to be prepared for war at any moment. This mindset made conflict more likely. Germany, in particular, invested heavily in its military. It sought to challenge the naval dominance of the United Kingdom. This competition led to a buildup of battleships known as the dreadnoughts. The arms race was not limited to naval forces. It also included the expansion of armies and the development of new weapons technologies. The arms race created a sense of inevitability about the coming conflict. Nations were preparing for war, which made it more likely to happen. Nationalism, stirring the pot. Nationalism was another key factor that contributed to the outbreak of World War I. Nationalist sentiments were strong across Europe. People felt a deep loyalty to their own nation and a desire for its supremacy. This often led to a distrust and dislike of other nations. Nationalist movements sought to unify people of the same ethnicity under one government. This was particularly evident in the Balkans, where Slavic peoples sought independence from the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Nationalism also played a role in the alliances and rivalries among the great powers. Countries wanted to assert their dominance and protect their interests. This led to a competitive and hostile environment. The desire for national glory and prestige made leaders more willing to go to war. They believed that victory would enhance their nation's status and power. Nationalism also fueled the arms race. Nations wanted to show their strength and preparedness. This led to increased military spending and the buildup of forces. Colonial rivalries and economic competition, fueling the fire. Colonial rivalries also played a significant role in causing World War I. European powers were competing for colonies and resources around the world. This competition led to conflicts and tensions in various parts of the globe. Colonies were seen as a source of wealth and power. They provided raw materials, markets for goods, and strategic advantages. The scramble for colonies created rivalries, particularly between Germany, France, and the United Kingdom. Germany was a latecomer to the colonial game. It sought to expand its empire and compete with the established colonial powers. This ambition brought it into conflict with other nations. The Moroccan crises of 1905 and 1911 are examples of how colonial rivalries created tensions. Germany's attempts to challenge French influence in Morocco almost led to war. These crises were resolved through diplomacy, but they left a legacy of mistrust and hostility. Economic competition was another contributing factor. Industrialization had transformed the economies of Europe. The broader impact: societies and nations transformed. The impact of World War I was profound and far-reaching. It changed the political, social, and economic landscapes of Europe and beyond. The war caused immense human suffering. Millions of soldiers and civilians lost their lives. The scale of the conflict and the devastation it caused were unprecedented. The war also led to significant political changes. Empires fell, new nations emerged, and political ideologies shifted. The Treaty of Versailles, which ended the war, reshaped the map of Europe. It imposed harsh penalties on Germany, leading to economic hardship and political instability. The redrawing of borders created new nations, but also new conflicts. The war also sowed the seeds for future conflicts, including World War II. The unresolved issues and resentments from World War I continued to influence international relations. The social impact of the war was also significant. The war brought about changes in gender roles and social norms. Women took on new roles in the workforce and society. The war also led to advances in technology and medicine. These changes had lasting effects on societies and economies. The war also left a legacy of trauma and loss. The collective memory of the war influenced art, literature, and culture for decades.